Our first guest today is a very special. He came from Canada to share his insights from Las Vegas, from Adobe Summit that he was visiting this year. For me, it is also a very special guest because it is my manager, who I am reporting for already 5 years in this company, and I still need this job. So please, give him a very warm greetings. Welcome, Alexey Bulgakov.
Thank you, Alex.
And the clicker.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. Great to have you here today. Thank you for coming, and welcome to Adobe community. My name is Alexey Bulgakov. I'm co-founder and Chief Business Development of Axamit company. I'm responsible for business development and for services, for looking for new ways and new services for the company. I worked as in marketing and technical and customer experience space for many years, and I'm happy to share with you information, like announcements and insights from Adobe Summit today. So as you already know, so we'll be discussing results of my visit of Adobe Summit, and so let's get started. First of all, to adjust my story, I'd like you to answer 2 questions. The first one is, who do we have here today? Just to understand how I can adjust my speech better for you here. So please, could you please scan the QR code on the screen and answer like a simple question from which area you are more related to? Creative marketing, business management, development infrastructure, or sales and business development? I'll give you a couple of seconds just to finish it. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, I see that we have like more business management and like development auditory here today, so I'll try to make this time more helpful for you. And the second question: have you ever visited Adobe Summit before? So at least once in Las Vegas, once in London. You visited both of them, or 2 or more summits, or you've never been there? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, 17 is about like most of the auditory, right? Okay, mostly no. Okay. Okay, a couple of more questions about Adobe. So how you know the company? So probably you know how old is Adobe. So if you know, probably somebody can answer any question, any
84.
84.
Adobe Reader is 25 here, 26 or something. So 98 or so.
98.
Yeah, something around that.
98 means it's like 1998, right? Like the year of. Okay. Who else? Any prediction?
40 years old.
40 years old.
Should be.
Should be 40. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, you was the most closest one. So this year they're gonna be like 42. They were founded in December 1982. So end of this year, 42. How do you think? How many summits? It's like more tricky question. How many summits since 1982? Just your guess. Any numbers? 5, 20, 50?
22.
That's
22.
a hard question.
It's a hard
Do
question.
you count Magento summits?
No, it's just Adobe Summits.
Yeah. So,
Okay, somebody said like 22. 22 is very close, but even Adobe employees answer like 25 or 26, sometimes 24. You know, like it's a little bit tricky question. Third question: how many partners Adobe has? Solution partners, technical partners. You should know, but don't tell it.
3,000.
3,000. Okay. One guess. Anybody else? No. About 5,000 companies. It's a pretty big community, big network of specialists. And the last question, before we continue, how many products are in Adobe Experience Cloud?
40.
40. 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be 12 or 13.
18.
12, 13, 15, 18.
Something like 12, 10, 12.
Right, almost right. 11. 11. It's Adobe Experience Manager, Adobe Workfront, Adobe Commerce, Campaign, Marketo, Analytics, Target, RTCDP, Journey Analytics, and Journey Optimizer. It's 10, but which one is 11? Can you find the one I didn't tell, I didn't name? The platform is not a product.
Photoshop.
No, it's before 2024, there was another product, Adobe Audience Manager. But this year, this product was excluded from the list because it became a part of Adobe Experience Platform. So they shifted all features to a platform to make it more convenient, more useful for users. It's not deprecated, so it still exists, but it's a part of Adobe Platform. But still, 11, which is 11 in 2024. This is a new list of products, was announced on Adobe Summit this year. A mix modeler, yeah. This is a new product which help businesses to organize and orchestrate marketing campaigns. It's a new one, was created last year, and one was announced this year. They included in this list. Okay, to put us in the atmosphere of Adobe Summit and to see how the venue of Adobe Summit was, I'd like to show you this short video.
Adobe Summit is where all my favorite people get together and have great ideas about how to engage audiences better.
We believe we're in a unique position to help you move Gen AI from a shiny new toy to technology that you can confidently put into production and from which you can get real business value. With AI, we're able to deliver unprecedented personalization to every digital experience. I'm thrilled today to be announcing the next major milestone for Firefly, which is Firefly Custom Models and Firefly Services.
On the eve of Summit, right here in Las Vegas, we held the 2024 Experience Maker Awards. It's Adobe's honor to celebrate the amazing work you and your teams do every day.
Please give it an extremely warm welcome to the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Digital technologies are providing us the opportunity to have what we'd like to think of as a seamless experience for our customers and a unified experience.
My 3 personal brand words are brave, trust, and growth. I will leave you with the following question. What are your 3 brand words?
Adobe Summit is inspiring.
We've got a great community. Together, let's change the game and invent the future.
Yes, that was how it was looked like. And this is numbers. Average 20,000 attendees visit Adobe Summit. This year, there were like more than 300 sessions, different labs, class, lessons. And if you will be watching like one a day, it will take you a year. That happened in 3 days during the summit. And this year, more than 50% of all sessions were related to Experience Platform and RTCDP and related technologies. So means this is the most interesting thing we'd like to talk today. And before that, I'd like to start with words of the CEO of Adobe, Shantanu Narayan. He said that today, technology enables us to predict customer preferences and offer tailored recommendations. Tomorrow, AI-driven comprehension agents will enable us to offer solutions that anticipate customer needs even before they can articulate them. Just, like once again, anticipate customer needs even before they can articulate them. It's really incredible to reflect on this year's changes and how technologies has changed since last time. Last year, we already discussed these future technologies, but today we have it in action. And I'd like to split all takeaways in 3 different groups. One is related to GenAI and creative part. The second one is content and commerce. And the third one is a new generation customer data management. So let's start from the first group, which I placed here. What changed? AI supercharging data experience. So the first feature is Adobe Firefly custom model. Means that now you can train AI models with your brand models, and the brand will understand which style, which brand, which guidelines you use for your brand, and it will help you to generate content based on these knowledges. The second feature is generative AI-powered assistant. This assistant helps you to remove inefficiencies in 3 different directions. First one, it automates redundant tasks through applications. Second, its user-friendly interface allow everyone, even if you don't have any technology knowledges, to access data insights, to make your whatever you want to when you work with platform, with applications. And finally, with AI Assistant, you can analyze business unique data and goals, generate personalized recommendations for new audiences, and create customer journeys. Number 3, which was really interesting for me, Adobe started fight with deepfakes. So Adobe created the initiative named Content Credentials, and includes all data into generated content. Data about the authors, about the place and tools the content was generated into the metadata. And also, just before the summit happened, Leica, OpenAI, Meta, Google, and other companies, they supported these initiatives. So means it will be a first step to fighting with deepfakes that we have a lot already these days in the world. And number 4, which was very impressive this year in Adobe Summit, it's a Gen Studio. It's a new product for marketers, for creative team that helps to empower marketing features, empower marketing tasks you can do with the platform. I'll show you a really short video how it looks like. It's a separate product. So we have here integrated Adobe Firefly to generate content based on your brand. You can edit it not in Photoshop, but in Adobe Express to adjust some minor things. Everything collected in your Gen Studio. You see analytics. You have all information about your brand here. So the platform helps you to generate all the information, all the content you need. Also, you can create campaigns. You can orchestrate your campaigns, and you can see the final analytics. The second group, content and commerce. What's up? So what changed here? This group can be interesting for those who are working with Adobe Experience Manager and Adobe Commerce. So the first thing, it's a new content hub, which is a center hub and helps to seamlessly distribute brand assets across organization and partners. Means it helps you to keep all the content you have in one place and distribute it in different applications and between different teams. The feature number 2 is document-based authoring. This feature is a development killer for future. Means you can use your Microsoft Word or you can use Google Documents to create web pages. You don't need technology knowledges anymore, just to build the pages. It's a new feature. Number 3, new high-performance storefront. It's the latest tool for creating exceptional storefront experiences, age delivery services. This thing is a front-end part and helps to generate a most effective, based on Lighthouse interfaces from the box. Number 4, healthcare focus, HIPAA compliance. Adobe Commerce now offers HIPAA-ready capabilities. HIPAA means it's healthcare. I don't really remember the name of the organization. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It sets standards of sensitive patient information and how you can manage it. And it's not only for healthcare industry, it's also for contractors, for subcontractors, for any companies who could have access to this personal information. It's for US. In Europe, we have a GDPR, which regulates the same, but this part now included in the box and can be used right away. So if you are do development for US market, Adobe Commerce for healthcare segment, you have to take care about this information. And the last one is a payment services expansion. It's a fully integrated payment management solution with PayPal. This solution, equipped with PCI DSS and 3DS transaction security, also integrates automated fraud protection and enhancing transaction safety and reliability. They also added integrations with Google Play and L2, L3 support for B2B. And the third group, this is the most interested group for us and for this year. That was, I mentioned at the very beginning, more than 50% of all topics were related to customer data management or related technologies. 5 years ago, Adobe had a vision to create a next generation customer data management. It took some time to create the fundamental data infrastructure for enterprise engagement. And it was built, and Adobe RT CDP brings together all, all parts of it into one place. Adobe Firefly and Adobe Express helps to manage the content, helps to create this content, be creative, do it fast, and work with your audiences individually. And to orchestrate everything, we just use Adobe Journey Optimizer that helps to generate strategies for as many audiences as you have. It helps with AI integrated features. And the last one, the customer journey analytics, helps you to understand how effective your work, your campaigns, or like your business. I'd like to invite Vlad, who will tell us more about these technologies, who will tell us more deeper. Vlad, welcome.
Thank you. So yeah, it's working, right? So, hi everyone, happy to be here. We are here to talk of the experiencing platform, especially the Force Awakens. So, my name is Vladimir Ganiushev. I'm a solution architect at Axamit. I'm a certified Adobe expert, and I participated in projects with WOAH, which is essentially WHO, World Health Organization, but only for plants and animals, and participated in projects with the governments of South Korea and Australia. I share more than 20 years of experience in IT field, and naturally I participated in projects involving data transformations with the huge amounts of data, tens of millions of records, and so on. So, what we're talking here about. This summit, Adobe as a company had more than 300 of sessions, and roughly speaking, half of them related to the Adobe Experience Platform. Why so? So basically, right now, I claim that we are at the dawn of a new era. What does it mean? At this point, we utilizing of the data collections, huge data collections, which essentially mean that we know how to collect and store huge amounts of data. Then, second point is that we have advanced big data analysis. Right now, we figured out how to process these huge amounts of data. So they became valuable. Then, advance of the artificial intelligence. I believe it's hardly to find any person right now in this room that doesn't know what artificial intelligence brings to a table, right? So large language models, artificial intelligence, it's a huge game changer these days. And all of these lead us to the shift in paradigm, how we approach data. So data becomes meaningful, its value. Businesses at large now, they're facing the following challenges. So now this is not enough to sell a product. The businesses fight for the experiences. So it's important not only what you are selling, but how you sell them. So should only be the smart buy, but you have to feel good about yourself when you're buying it. Then there is a competition for the hearts, not for the minds. The experience, the ultimate goal of the business is to build a foundation, the long-lasting relation between your customer and the business, which can result in the good, productive relations, right? But then, this kind of trust and loyal, it's not easy to achieve. So you have to be respectful. You have to understand your customer. You have to be helpful for them. Then, there is a gradual increase of expectations. If your customer doesn't want, say, to be bothered, they unsubscribe, they would never ever want to have any notification from you anymore. You can find insensitive. You can be even, unpleasant for them. You don't want to have that. You don't want to be offensive. And then there is the fourth pillar, it's government regulations. It's the idea that the information brings so much power, it's that real, so that countries and market regulations have to come into play and to regulate how we store the data, how we process the data. It's important. And these regulations, they are not recommendations, they are law, and everyone has to comply to them. Me personally, I believe this is a good thing. Nobody wants to live in dystopia, right? But business have to be aware. So what to do in this situation? There are a certain set of tools, they called Customer Data Platforms, CDPs, that are helping business these days to face these challenges. So what they bring to the table? They have unified customer view, meaning that you can collect a lot of information from the different sources, and then you can so-called stitch them together. It's not an ordinary task, because if you have information from the different sources, there may be misalignments of many, many cases, and you have to intelligently and quickly enough stitch this data together. Then there is a personalized marketing. So you can send personalized emails at the proper time to the proper person after the proper event, so user-tailored experiences. Then there is improved customer experience. Since you are able to collect information of your customers, of how your clients feel, you can improve them. Then there is the data integration, the accessibility. What does it mean? It means that democratization of these platforms basically led a lot of marketers, a lot of salespeople to work with this kind of solution. And also, they have inbuilt governance and compliance with the regulations, which actually it's very hard to build it on your working solution from the scratch. If you have not built the solution with the idea of the data regulations at the base, it's too hard to implement. Adobe Experience Platform, what does it mean, basically? So, this is PaaS, meaning Platform as a Service. So, it lets you do not think of the tedious tasks. So, you just buy a service, a platform, it has online interface, and it works. Then, it has an edge network. Edge network is one of the foundations of the platform. It's rarely spoken of, but just imagine if you need to collect a huge amount of data and then send these amounts of data, you have to have a solid infrastructure. The data has to be collected, and this collective mechanism has to work somewhere, and it has to be robust and quick. So, edge network. Then there is a data storage. Information has to be stored somewhere, right? No surprises. Decision making and AI. Every modern solution has to have some kind of AI there. And the better, the better. Marketing automation, yes, has been there for a long time, but including marketing automation to the data storage with processed data, it enhances it. It makes it faster, more reliable. Then this platform, which is a unified platform. This is another cool thing. You can build one platform where you can extend with another solutions. And it will be fast. Because a lot of the solutions, they're built by one vendor, by Adobe. And, well, it's extensive. Now, let's get a step back and speak of modern world solutions for the enterprise. What should they do? They should gather information easily enough, because information means value. Then it should be able to store this information and process this information. How can you process the huge amounts of information nowadays? It's large language models, it's advanced AI. Then it should be so-called no or low-code solution. What does it mean? So there was the idea of the human computer or human machine interface. It was circulating for ages, actually, from the Babbage that built in one of the machines in the beginning of the last century. Essentially, it means that you should be able to tell machine what to do. And before that, it was, like magic knowledge. You have to be a technician. You have to know how to program. You have to explain computer what to do. Nowadays, the modern world solutions, they're that complex and that extensive that you should configure them. You don't have to have a knowledge of the coding. You don't have to be a developer. That's one of the solutions. Then, yes, these modern world solutions have to be big because they're aiming for the huge enterprises. So it has to have huge computation powers, it has to have huge underlying infrastructure. And they should be PaaS, because if you're not in the business of maintaining hardware, you don't want to bother. You would want just to focus on your business. So what do they bring to businesses? You're configuring. You're not developing. They are real time, which is the next hot topic. They're fast. They're faster than we saw before. And the fastness, you will see that in next coming year, this year, next year. You will be just surprised how valuable the information is and what can be done with it. Data enrichment, yes, you have to connect for the different data sources of the information. With the new future of the cookieless browsers and everything, you cannot collect the data firsthand. You won't be able to collect much meaningful information because remember, you have to have a lot of information. So you have to get information from somewhere else. And then there comes true data insights. Meaning, no, that's not your usual insights. When you're thinking that if you are selling monthly product, that maybe it's a good idea to send another notification to your client after 1 month. This is too obvious. The huge data processes, it lets you to have true insights. Then there is the virtual experiments, meaning no, you don't have to have A/B tests anymore. You don't have to worry about. Usually marketing team, sales team, they came up with how many? 2, 3 strategies, business strategies for the upcoming month, and then they're testing them. You can test thousands pretty quickly and find the one that is suitable for your needs. Compliance with GDPR, we already covered that. I can elaborate on this topic, but basically there are 3 general rules for the CCPA and GDPR. GDPR is just analog for the CCPA, but for the European market, CCPA, United States analog. Basically, there are 3 rules. If the customer wants to be deleted, you should delete the information. You should share the information if customer asks you to. And customer can ask you not so their records not to be processed by artificial intelligence and decision making, and you should switch off. If your system is not built with these ideas, it's pretty hard to implement. Just imagine just deleting one of the records if you have 5, 7, 10 databases, which are essentially about the same thing, but they have different structures. How on the technical level can you do that? So, future of customer data platforms. They should have AI, no surprises here. They should provide you with 360-degree on the profiles, meaning that not only to collect a lot of information, but to stitch them meaningfully so you understand who is your customer, what is their behaviors. Then, real-time experiences. It should be able to segment not within days, because a lot of the solutions on the market, yes, they can process a lot of the data, but they're slow. And we need something faster. And these have to be unified solution. This is exactly why, because if you have mosaic solutions with a lot of different APIs, well, something might go wrong. APIs might be not that good, or you might experience a network issue. How can you be able to provide real-time experiences if it's not a unified solution? So, Adobe Experience Platform, Adobe as a company, presents a suite of products. They are, I'm talking only on the major ones, which essentially create Experience Platform. Real-time CDP. It's a data source and source of truth. It collects information, stitches them together intelligently, and provides you with the latest updates and view of your customer profiles. Then there is a customer journey optimizer, where you can set up individual campaigns or user journeys. Send this email to that user at that time after they fill out that form, this kind of stuff. Customer journey analytics, it's analytics, advanced analytics that can create hypercubes. And so with the use of artificial intelligence, you will be able to collect a lot of insights from them and to feed it right away. Then Adobe Engage and Adobe Campaign. These are for B2B, B2C marketing, CRM systems. Adobe Commerce, Magento. So, and Adobe Experience Manager, which is essentially with the framework one of the biggest leader in creating websites and mobile solutions at scale. So all of them, they're unified front where you can fit together to your needs. You should not buy all of them if you don't want to, but you have the options. So Adobe right now is building ecosystem. At the conclusion, if you will go away out of this presentation with one thought, let it be the following. The race begins. These changes that we are facing right now, they're inevitable. It will happen if we want it or not. And the progress, the pace is just speed up. So the engagement with its new ideas, it will bring a lot of benefits. It will. It's very promising. But there are certain challenges, and constant data regulations, they will be stricter and stricter. Because the information is a value, and it's a power, and it has to be protected for the good of people. And it means that it will be, well, let me put it like this. It will be truly challenging for you to build a proper modern world solution in Office. No matter how talented and proficient your team of developers is, there are a lot of underlying problems. And you just won't be able to build good solution by yourself. It won't be either fast enough or robust enough or basically good enough. So I believe it's a time for big players with the huge enterprise solutions. It's not an easy task. It's not your current quarterly update or in the software when you just click the button and this is it. It will take from 1 to 2 years, because just imagine if you are a successful enterprise and you have your business somehow working and you process this data, you cannot just stop one system and start another. It just doesn't work like that, right? And the transition period can be painful, and you have to be prepared for that. And it can last up to 2 years, but just imagine in 2 years where artificial intelligence will be. And you will have to be prepared for that. You have to structurize and formalize all of your data. So, since the race begins, the faster and the sooner you will build your foundation, because it will take time, the better. This is it. Thank you.